Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our virtual town hall with the City of West Palm Beach. I am Commissioner Christina Lambert, and it is 5 o'clock right on the dot, and I know some of you are joining us now, so I'm going to give you just a minute to join us. We're really excited to be bringing you this information from our COVID response unit from home. We're all still social distancing, but we're happy to have you all joining us on this virtual town hall for our COVID response unit. This is the community services and volunteer outreach team of our COVID response unit. The response unit has been up and running for over a month now. Hopefully you all have seen some of the press conferences that our mayor has done, and he has introduced each of the leaders of the COVID response unit groups. Each of the commissioners, the 5 different commissioners, are heading one up, as well as former Mayor Jerry Moyo. So I am proud to be the leader of this community services and volunteer outreach group. Could not have done it without my group members, of which I'd like to introduce you to them. They will be joining us at different parts throughout this call. So Susie Diaz, many of you may know her. She's the Executive Director of Bach Middle School of the Arts Foundation. Charisma Adams, who's the Principal of Articulate Consulting. And Jamie Lee Brown is the Chief Strategic Initiatives Officer for Community Partners of South Florida. Also on our committee is Aaron Warmus, who's the Chief Technology Officer of the Clematis Street-based fintech firm SmartX Advisory Solutions, but many of you may know him as the guy on Clematis. And then our staff from the city who've been able to join us in this group as well. Wendy Morse, the Director of the Office of Public Life for the City of West Palm Beach, as well as Mary Pinnock, Community Events Manager for West Palm Beach. So I just want to say thank you so much to all of them for helping us bring dynamic ideas to this group and helping us to relay information to our community, to the neighborhoods of our city. Our group has been tasked with helping to organize people who want to support the community during this time, as well as looking at how we can ensure residents have access to the amazing services and programs that we have available in our city. So just wanted to introduce you to them in name first, as we're waiting for people to get to join. I know many of you are joining us on Zoom as well as on Facebook, and from your homes. We just hope that you and your families are all doing well and staying safe, and just want to say thank you so much for joining us. This is the first of our town hall series this week, and you can find that entire schedule on our website at WPB.org/COVID. And on this call today, we're going to be joined by members of the group that I mentioned, as well as city staff, who are going to be talking about programs in our city. And that's programs including and really focusing on the city's do-it-yourself DIY programming, as well as updates from community organizers and some really great inspirational stories from local residents. And then we're going to keep about half of our time with you all for Q&A, because we want to hear from you. We want to hear from the public about any questions that you have. So we'll take Q&A at the end of this meeting. And there are 3 ways that you can submit your questions during this virtual town hall. The first is you can email townhall@WPB.org. So that's townhall@WPB.org. Or if you're watching on Facebook live stream, you can post your question in the comment section. And if you're joining us via Zoom, you can type your question into the Q&A box and click send. And we'll be vetting all of those questions and making sure that we get answers to you on this call or after this call. So I think we're ready to jump into some of the details of this virtual town hall. So I want to talk to you a little bit about one of the resources that we created out of our COVID response unit. It's called the COVID-19 Community Toolbox. And we want you to think of this toolbox like you do the toolbox that you might keep at your house. It's the one-stop shop for all of the latest programs and resources available to our community during COVID-19. And it's a PDF document that is located on our city's webpage, as well as been coming to you through email and through text and through some of the many ways like the mayor's newsletter that you've been receiving. And so I'm going to share with you my screen so that I can walk you through the COVID-19 Community Toolbox in case you've not seen it yet. So hopefully you're aware of it, but if not, that's what this call on this town hall is hoping to do, is to bring some new resources to you. So as you can see here, this is a PDF document, and up in the upper left-hand side, you can see this has been updated just earlier this week. This is actually our 4th edition, and we've been putting one out once a week since we created this. So the pages after the initial page, you'll see our additions and updates. And so we have new updates to prepared food and grocery food distribution. You'll see we'll put this green starburst there, as well as in red, the information that's new, so that you can see what's new since the last toolbox that was distributed. Hopefully you all have heard about, there's a food finder map that United Way has recently published on Google, as well as other food distribution, new DIY family event activities that we're going to learn more about here in just a minute. And then after the update after the new update pages, you'll see we'll come to this table of contents. This is really the meat of our community toolbox, and each week we'll keep what was previously published on these pages. So as you can see, there's important contact information, food distribution and resources, rental and housing assistance, resources for residents and neighbors, business resources, how to volunteer and stay connected, as well as information on the COVID response unit. This is, I think it's about 26 pages long here. You can see this is the contact information we talked about, everything from where to call about testing sites, phone numbers and hotlines within the city of West Palm Beach, the school district, and many more. So I'm not going to go through all 20 plus pages, but I wanted you to see what was available. Like I said, it's on our city's website at WPB.org/toolbox, or you'll be receiving it through the city's email that goes out from the mayor once a week. So thank you so much to community partners of Palm Beach County for helping us to get this translated. It is not only available in English, but also in Spanish and Haitian Creole. So thank you so much to our partners for helping us with that. So one of the programs that I talked about in the toolbox is our DIY, do-it-yourself activities organized by West Palm Beach's events department. And we have our very own Mary Pinnock here with us today to talk about a couple of these programs. So Mary, welcome.
Hi, thank you, Commissioner Lambert. I appreciate being here in beautiful West Palm Beach behind me. Yes, the community events team, as you know, we generally produce hundreds of events every year. And our goal is to gather as much of the community together as we possibly can. We produce Clematis by Night, the West Palm Beach Grain Market, Sunday on the Waterfront, the Screen on the Green, 4th on Flagler, and of course Sandy, the world's only giant holiday tree sculpted from sand. So on March the 12th, our switch literally got flipped off in terms of bringing people together. So my team immediately jumped into action to flip the switch back to say, what can we do to celebrate at home? How can we help our community celebrate at home? Great events. How can you create your own? Because we know it's so important right now for your mental health, for your family's mental health, and just because our goal is we produce fun for everyone. So I think you might have a video, Commissioner Lambert, of Angela Poco, our event supervisor, who's going to talk about some of the upcoming DIY event guide activities, and then we'll go back and talk about some of the current ones too.
We sure do. Here we go, Mary.
The DIY event guide is just a small example of how much we enjoy putting events on for the public. It's also a great reminder of just how important it is to give yourself some downtime to focus on fun and creative memories to keep us all sane during this pandemic. Keep checking back with us because our upcoming DIY events will include milestone moment events, like how to celebrate your birthday, a wedding, or other big milestone memories at home in a big way. We will also be doing DIY movie nights, an Air and Sea show so that you can take your dad to Father's Day, and an unbelievable DIY 4th of July.
So those are some exciting things we have coming up, but we do have some things currently going on. In fact, we have one just launched today. And basically, if you go to WPB.org/events, that'll take you to our DIY event guide. And there it is. Nice. The first one that we have ongoing is Hats Off to Heroes. And this particular group of tutorial videos, which are very simple, what we're doing is we're taking household items, and my team is showing you how to make different hats out of simple things. And we want you to create the hat and then post it to social media with a picture or video and hashtag WPB Cares and hashtag WPB Together, and tell us why you're saluting your hero. It could be a firefighter, it could be a nurse, it could be your own mother who's taught you school for the last couple of months, which, you know, many people have not had to do that before. So there's several different videos. They're all super easy and super cute. So we hope that you do that. And then today we just launched our DIY concerts, which everybody is missing our downtown concerts right now. The Thursday night Clematis by night, our Sunday on the waterfront, the third Sunday of the month. So we're missing it. We know our community's missing it. So basically this is a group of videos that show, there's the banjo, show you how to make your own musical instruments. And what we'd like to see everybody do, it doesn't have to be Thursday night, but how cool would that be if on Thursday night everybody had a little family band video that they put together with their instruments that they made. And again, post that to social media with hashtag WPB Cares and WPB Together. So we think that would be just, you know, so much fun. And it's so much fun that in the office, we created our own little music video out of those items that my team made.
Now, in true event fashion, I'm going to ask this amazing team to strike up the band as we create our own music video.
So you see, we had a lot of fun, and we even brought in some of the cones from last year to be part of the party because, you know, why not? So we hope everybody joins us, WPB.org/events, and get in on all that fun action that you can do at home with your families.
Mary, thank you so much. It looks like I'm smiling really big because it looks like you and your team have a lot of fun. And thank you so much for helping to bring that fun into the homes of all the people of West Palm Beach and all of those watching. Those hats are so adorable, and I'd love to see photos of what people have made at home, as well as to hear those concerts. And so all the instructions on how to make those maracas and the drum set, that's all on the website, right?
super easy. The videos are there, super easy to follow. And, you know, we just wanted to take the action to be positive, and we will be back. We will be together again, but until we can be, then we will still roll on with fun.
Well, wonderful. Thank you, Mary, and thank you. I know that you all helped make some moms really happy, as I saw some cards that kids were making following the instructions on the webpage, and it sounds like we've got some fun things for dads coming up too. So thank you so much, Mary, and we'll see you at the Q&A section here in just a little bit. All right, so next we're going to take a couple of minutes to talk about the Volunteer Connect program here in the city. And we have Charisma Adams, who's a great community advocate and part of our team here, who's going to walk us through this program. Charisma?
Thank you so much, Commissioner Lambert. And I just want to let Mary know I cannot wait to make my music video this weekend. So thank you so much for that and those great events. I am so excited that I get to share with you that West Palm Beach has launched a new volunteer match program in partnership with Volunteer Florida and Volunteer Connect. We are trying to organize as many ways as possible for you to be able to jump in and help our neighbors here in West Palm Beach. So if you're able to volunteer, offer any time or resources or services to any of our local programs, here is how you can sign up. Commissioner Lambert, can you share with that? Perfect.
Definitely.
So first thing we're going to do is go to the city's website. You're going to go to WPB.org/COVID-19, and you'll scroll down that page, and you'll see a yellow Be a Volunteer box there. And that's where you're going to click. Then you'll need to click the yellow volunteer sign up box right here. And you will be directed to the Volunteer Connect website. Once here, if you look over to the right sidebar, you'll see that first option says see all volunteer opportunities with this partner organization. You select that, and you'll see we have 3 quick ways right here for you to get involved right now. First, you can sign up as a virtual volunteer right from home, and you can make a difference remotely. You can also sign up for one of the relief activities in the community, or to donate a good or serve, you know, local family or nonprofit in need. Or you can sign up for our third option as a community captain. Let me tell you a little bit about what a community captain is. We're looking for individuals who want to share information about city programs and resources with their communities, and in return, share information from those communities back to us here in the city. A community captain can represent, you know, a neighborhood, a civic group, an organization, or you can just be an individual who has people that you communicate with regularly. It could be your mom's group, it could be your church group, it could be a book club. And if you are interested in being a community captain, the type of information that you will share is you will see some of these resources, some of the information in our toolkit, and you will share that with some of the people in your community and network. You'll talk to those people, find out what they need, what they're saying out in the communities, and you'll share that back to the teams here in the city. And you'll just be an information connection between the community and the city as far as resources are concerned. And if this sounds like you, we would love to have you sign up right here on that westpalmbeach.org/COVID-19 site. Now, if you're on here today and you are an organization or an agency and you're in need of volunteers, we want to help support you. So we ask that you please submit your request to volunteers@wpb.org. Okay, so now we have a few organizations that I'm really excited about because they've already created projects and they're in need of support or volunteers. And if you are interested in volunteer or participating right now, here are a few we want to introduce you to. So the first one we're up is Holy Ground of Palm Beach County.
Hi, my name is Phyllis Jepson. I'm Executive Director of Holy Ground PBC. We shelter and mentor homeless, pregnant, and parenting young girls and their children living in Palm Beach County who are willing to make positive changes in their lives. I want to thank everyone who's reached out to us during this COVID-19 crisis to help us through. And I'm so happy to hear that many of you still want to help because there are things that we still need. We can always use Lysol's disinfectant spray, antibacterial wipes, mask, hand sanitizer, if you can find it, bottled water. And for our kids, we'd love to have some juice boxes and fruit cups. We'd also could use diapers size 2 to 6 and wipes. and personal hygiene items for our moms. Also, how about liquid laundry detergent or hand soap? Anything like that would be a great help. Thank you again, and if you want a complete list of our needs, Commissioner Lambert would be happy to provide it. Thanks again and stay safe.
Great. We hope that many of you are interested in jumping in and helping Holy Ground. And again, you can visit them on the web, holygroundpbc.org. And so our next organization that we want to take a look at that has also created an amazing project is Sojourners with Healing Hearts.
Hello, my name is Linda Long, and I'm president of Sojourners with Healing Hearts, a nonprofit organization here in the community, and we serve women who are afflicted with breast cancer, who are not insured or underinsured. We help them with financial assistance. We also have a support group, and I'd like them to know that at this time they are not forgotten. And if you're out there and you would like to volunteer to send them a card or write them a note, we would appreciate that. And at this time, if there's someone that needs assistance in any way, you can contact us at 561-365-7686. Thank you for your support.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sojourners for Healing Hearts, with doing that. So if you're able to provide cards, handwritten notes, or letters of encouragement to those women who are fighting cancer, you can definitely contact them at the number she provided. And then lastly here, we have donation of school supplies through Family Connect.
Hello, I'm Emily Braceno, and I'm part of the Dreyer Park neighborhood. Recently, I have heard about the need for families to have access to school supplies for their kids. Especially during these times, school supplies are necessary for students to continue working from home. I've been able to spread awareness for this cause by reaching out to friends, family, and my school. I've also been able to create 20 packages such as these that contain essential items for any student. The items inside include pencils, a composition notebook, crayons, and etc. And tomorrow I will be dropping them off to my local West Palm Beach fire station. I hope that anyone watching is able to help and donate whatever supplies they can. And to everyone who's volunteering during these times, I thank you immensely for helping our community continue to thrive. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, West Palm Beach cares.
That was awesome. And it is imperative for us to remember right now, West Palm Beach does care. So remember, if you want to volunteer, you can do so by going to WPB.org/COVID-19. Or if you are an agency or organization in need of volunteers, please submit your request to volunteers@WPB.org. Every single week, we're emailing out a list of potential volunteer options to those people who are interested and who signed up through that site. So a thank you for listening to all of our great opportunities, as well as hearing how you can get involved so that we can help our neighbors and show them that West Palm Beach cares. Thank you, Commissioner Lambert.
Oh, thank you so much, Charisma. I love hearing those stories. And, you know, it really does resonate that West Palm Beach cares, neighbors want to help neighbors. So I think the variety of opportunities that our community has, just from, you know, organizations that already existed to ideas that have been popping up, it's been a really great way to support our neighbors, but also for us who have made, you know, folks who have been cooped up in their house who want to give back in a certain way, and they're not a firefighter, they're not a first responder. How can they help? So thank you so much for sharing those with us and showing everyone how to go onto the website, sign up. If you need any help, just let us know, reach out, and we'll help them get signed up.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that. So we've talked a little bit about how to volunteer and what you're doing at home to inspire your family, to help other neighbors. We'd like to now take this time to talk to you about recognizing others for the good that they're doing in our community. It really does help to inspire others to talk about it, to show what's going on. So now we have our community member, Susie Diaz, who's going to talk to us about the WPB Cares community. Susie?
Hi, thank you, Commissioner Lambert. Hi, everyone. We're so excited to share with you one of the many initiatives that our committee has been working on. It's a way that you can give your neighbors a virtual pat on the back. Our grassroots Facebook group has been created, which is called WPB Cares Community. Here, we come together to share our stories and the stories of neighbors helping neighbors, and we hope you'll join us. We're looking for you to be our extra eyes and ears in the community, capturing images, videos, and stories of someone you know helping the West Palm Beach community during these unprecedented times. These stories motivate and inspire more than you know. Here is just one of many examples that have already been shared to our West Palm Beach Cares community group. Please join our group and post those stories using the hashtag WPBCares. Your stories motivate and inspire daily. They may also help recruit new volunteers as your stories illustrate the many opportunities and the ways that our community comes together. You can find our WPB Cares community on Facebook by plugging WPB Cares Community in that Facebook search bar. We look forward to welcome you and reading about all of our unsung heroes in West Palm Beach. Here are just a few exceptional examples of how WPB cares. First, we're going to share a video with you of local resident Juan Orellana, who combined his passion for helping others with his skills of fixing bikes.
I'm Juan Orellana, bicycle advocate for Bike West Palm Beach. I'm here with Project Ride It Out. I saw neighbors helping neighbors, and that posed the question to me, what can I do to help? I'm not a doctor, I can't fix people, but I can fix bikes. I've received bicycle requests from all over West Palm Beach. Melissa lost her job, doesn't have a car, and needs a way to get around. A teacher, mother of 2, received 3 bicycles just for a fun ride around town. We want to continue changing our neighbors' lives for the better. You can help by donating an unused bicycle to put more people on bikes. I care, you care, West Palm Beach cares.
If you have those bikes sitting around your garage, you can reach Juan at 561-374-1990. This information will also be shown on a slide at the end of today's town hall. Next, we have a video from a local restaurant that's been serving the West Palm Beach community for over a quarter of a century. Havana Restaurant is now doing their part to make sure families have nourishing meals. Let's hear a bit more about their efforts.
Hello from Havana Restaurant. Normally we would be greeting you with a hot cup of café con leche, but these days, with the help of our donors, including Origin Ministry, Property Work, Security System and more, Tropical Bakeries, and many more other businesses, we are hard at work ensuring the most vulnerable of our community has food to eat. Semanalmente preparamos raciones de arroz, frijoles, lentejas, plátanos, cereales y muchas cosas más. Con la ayuda de la policía de West Palm Beach y otros voluntarios, esta comida se reparte en nuestra ciudad. Now more than ever, we as a community must come together to ensure we remain safe and healthy. We hope you join in on the many volunteers opportunities the city of West Palm Beach has to offer, whether in your community or at home. Thank you for supporting us for the last 26 years.
Gracias, Marta. Y como sabemos todo en nuestra comunidad, en la unión está la fuerza. Thank you, Martha from Havana Restaurant, for taking time away from your volunteer efforts to share this important message. Donations towards Havana's efforts can be made at the restaurant located on the corner of Dixie and Forest Hill. More information will also be available on that slide at the end of today's town hall. Thank you so much for letting me share a little bit about how WPB cares, and we hope you join us on our Facebook WPB Cares community page. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susie. I really appreciate you sharing those inspirational stories and what our community is doing to be a help, to be of service to their neighbors who are in need. Those are just two of the many stories that we've seen. And thank you so much, Susie, and all of our committee members who have been sharing stories and the public as well on the WPB Cares community page. Please use the hashtag WPB Cares and share those stories on there to serve as an inspiration to others and to recognize the hard work of your neighbors. So at this time, I'm going to ask my panelists to join me back on screen because we are going to open it up to Q&A. And I am very thankful to Susie, who's going to be translating any questions that come in Spanish, and Linda Charles, who's also going to be translating any questions that come in that might be Haitian Creole. So thank you so much to our panelists and to our guests for helping with that. So at this point, Alex is our moderator, and I will open it up to you to bring us any questions that we may have received. And just as a reminder too to everybody, you can send them in via email on the Facebook page, as well as through the Q&A on the Zoom chat.
Good evening, everybody.
Thank you, Alex.
We've had some great questions come in through Zoom, through email, and on our Facebook live stream. Our first question is from email. What is open and what is closed?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that we've all been kind of monitoring that over the past few weeks and wanting to know, what can we go to safely and what has opened. And so as many of you may know that our governor did do a press conference last week and has opened up throughout many parts of the state, including Palm Beach County, that restaurants and retail are now allowed to be open up to 25% capacity. But of course, he stressed, as well as our mayor and our city and all of us, the health department has stressed, please follow social distancing protocols and seating. Barbershops and salons can open up, but with enhanced safety features. So these are things like masks, social distancing protocols, disinfecting their workstation, the removal of unnecessarily frequently touched items such as magazines, newspapers. Another question that we get, whether it's open or not, are city parks. The city parks are open, but we do not have any ongoing programming right now. Just really want to reiterate that you wear your mask. This is mine, made by a local resident and West Palm Beach individual. Please follow CDC guidelines with social distancing and hand washing. And also, if you're 65 or older or have an underlying health condition, please take that into consideration when going out in public. Protect yourself. And if you can have a friend or a neighbor who can do the shopping or head out to get that activity that you need done, please reach out and ask for help. That's a great question. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Our next question is from email, and it was actually in Spanish. I'm hoping that Susie Diaz would be available to provide an answer. We sent it just now for you to read.
Hi, Alex. I just, hola a todos, buenas noches. Nos llega una pregunta de un residente de la ciudad que dice que quería saber si se necesita licencia de conducir o cédula de identificación para obtener comida en los distintos centros de la distribución. La respuesta es no. Algunos sitios sí preguntan información demográfica como nombre, dirección, cuántas personas están en la casa, pero esa información se pide solamente para que ellos puedan calcular cuál es la necesidad en nuestra comunidad y para tener cifras también de cuántas personas fueron servidas en esa cita de distribución. So what our resident is asking is a good question. They're asking if someone needs a driver's license or any sort of identification in order to obtain food at the different distribution points. And the answer is no. While identification is not required, some of the distribution points will ask for demographic information. They will ask for a name and address, perhaps how many people live in the home. And that information is asked, not any sort of tracking, not for any sort of tracking, but it's more so for the agency, so that they can calculate what the need is, what exists in the community as a need, and also so that they know how many persons were served during that food distribution initiative. So it's a great question. Gracias al presidente que mandó esa pregunta. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susie Diaz. So our next question was received on the Zoom chat, and that question is, what is the city doing to ensure social distancing, and what can I do to stay safe?
Thank you so much, Alex. I appreciate that question. Mary, I don't know if you want to talk on, if you're familiar with, I can speak on this as well, but what the Parks and Rec department has done as far as putting things out at parks, or you want me to handle that one?
Well, I know in general, certain pieces of equipment and different things like the basketball has not reopened. Tennis is open for singles only, that type of thing. I'm sure in the centers, there's the social distancing like we see in the grocery stores as far as keeping people apart. And as more things open up, we'll see more of those types of things put in place. And I think we're really counting on people to, as you said earlier, Commissioner, to pay attention and be cognizant when you go in the grocery stores or CVS or any of these places that you have on your mask and you try to keep your 6-foot distance.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely. I think that we all as individuals need to take on some of that responsibility. But, you know, the question asks, like, what is the city doing? And I will share with you that we are engaged in communicating with the folks of West Palm Beach through the mayor's newsletter and making sure that they understand exactly what Mary was talking about, to wear a mask, to practice social distancing, to stay at home. We also have programs where we are delivering masks to folks who might not have access to them. We are also putting up signs out at the parks and in places of high walking traffic so that people can be reminded of that. And so we just ask that you be kind to one another and understand that you might not know what's going on in someone's life and who they might have back home. And so please try to keep social distancing, wash your hands, wear masks, and stay alert to the new guidelines that are coming out and information that we're releasing.
Thank you. Our next question is in Haitian Creole, and I'm hoping Linda Charles, Vice President of Housing Services from Community Partners of South Florida, will be available to answer this question. Linda?
Thank you, Alex. Question créole là, c'est qui côté moi ka aller pour moi tester pour COVID-19? Qui côté moi ka aller pour moi tester pour COVID-19? C'est où ka aller dans Palm Beach County Health Department là. C'est où ka joindre relais le numéro ça, c'est 561 642 1000. Pour joindre plus récent site côté pour faire test pour COVID-19 là, c'est pour relais le numéro 561 642 1000. The question that was asked is like, how do I know where to get tested? So the response was, you need to call Palm Beach County Health Department COVID hotline at 561-642-1000. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda. And Alex, thank you for that. I've had a number of people even, message and ask that same question, so I appreciate it.
Great. Our next question is from Anthony on email, and that question is the city providing any economic provisions to businesses located within city limits?
Thank you, Anthony, for asking that question. As part of the COVID response unit, there are 5 different areas that we're covering. This is just one of them today, which is more about community services and volunteer outreach. There's also a unit group that's focused on our business community. And Commissioner Schoaf is leading that group. They're actually having a virtual town hall like this on Friday at 1 p.m. And they'll talk more about those details, but I can share with you that very early on, our staff came together with the help of our community to talk about what the needs are and to come up with a program where we have actually already provided funding through loans, very low interest loans, to some of our local businesses. Now, you do need to be a business within the city limits of West Palm Beach. We're providing those loans. We have also since approved a grant program through our CRA. So if your business is located within either of our CRA districts, you'll qualify to apply for a grant as well as additional loan opportunities through the CRA. And we're thankful that the CRA is doing that, because then that leaves some of the other city funding for the businesses that might not fall in the CRA. And I have already heard from businesses as most recent as just an hour ago who went and picked up their check from the bank. So I just heard from Rolando from the Box Gallery, congratulations on that, as well as Tom Hayden, who is a small gym owner. And I'm just so grateful that you all applied for those. I would encourage the business community, the local business community, to continue to apply for those with the city, because the more that we're aware of the need, then the more we can continue those programs.
Thank you, Commissioner. We had another question come in asking, when will Clematis by Night and Green Market open back up in the city of West Palm?
Mary, that's all you.
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We are continuing to review on, I'm going to almost say a daily basis, but we are in constant observation of the CDC guidelines, from the state of Florida guidelines, and we will be ready when we can come back, but we have to make sure that it's safe for us to come back. And I think right now you can't have gatherings of more than 10 people, and goodness knows we have gatherings of far more than 10 people. So we will do an outstanding job letting everyone know when we can come back, because I know we'll all be welcoming that opportunity. I'm sure there'll be a few tweaks to what we normally do to make sure that we all stay safe and we socially distance the way that we will have learned so well by then. But I cannot give a definite date. Boy, it would make my life easier if I could. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. So both on Zoom and on the Facebook, we received a question regarding the census. Is the census still being taken?
It is. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all of these questions to get this good information out. So our census deadline has been extended to October 31st. And it is so important that anybody who lives in the city of West Palm Beach, and actually throughout the county, throughout the state, but I'm specifically encouraging people within the city of West Palm Beach to please fill out your census. This is very important because this is how we receive federal funding. It could be up to, I think it was $20,000 per resident per person in West Palm Beach who completes this census that we will receive for the next 10 years. And so that's a lot of money that we can do great things and implement more programs like what we're doing for this COVID response. So please ask your neighbor if they have completed their census. And please, they are online, information is online, although we have heard that now because of COVID and social distancing, folks who may not have completed that yet may also be receiving something in the mail.
Thank you, Commissioner. Ernie G on Facebook would like to know when the beaches will reopen.
That's a great question. I know that we all want to take advantage of that Florida sun. And so this is a decision that the county commissioners are overseeing. And my understanding is that there has been a date that's been set for the beaches to reopen on May 18th, but that the county commissioners will come together to vote on May 15th to confirm this date. And so we'll hear more on May 15th as to whether or not the date of May 18th will be the date that the beaches will reopen. But just to reiterate again, that is a county commission decision. But we'll make sure that everybody here in West Palm Beach is aware of that date as well.
Thank you. Victoria would like to know, are there any city programs present for citizens being evicted from their homes or by providing assistance from landlords?
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for that question. And we understand that this is very unusual times, and people who are not used to asking for help are in need of help. And one of the other of the 5 community COVID response unit groups is about housing. And so that group has worked very closely with our community housing department, and we have put together a program for rental assistance. And we are providing rent relief to individuals who are renting within the city limits. And so if you live within West Palm Beach and are having difficulty paying your rent or being concerned about being evicted, the information is on our website, WPB.org/COVID. I have also received requests for individuals who speak Spanish. And so anybody who speaks Spanish, who wants information on that, we are working with the Esperanza Center to get that information out to our Spanish-speaking individuals who live within the city. Thank you.
Thank you. So someone's stepping up and would like to know if we should be creating masks for firefighters or police if they have the supplies they need.
Well, thank you so much. That's a wonderful offer. I was actually just at Fire Station 2 right before, so you saw that video, I think that Charisma showed us, of Emily, who created all of those school supply kits. So we dropped them off at the fire station, and I talked to one of our lieutenants there. He assured me that they have the equipment that they need right now. They are working with our EOC Chief Brent Bloomfield is there, and we are monitoring to make sure that our first responders have the masks that they need. I do know that our COVID response unit has been working to get masks to our homeless population as well as our senior population who might not get out to get them. Susie, do you want to talk a little bit about the group that's making masks and where you all have been hearing some need for those masks?
Sure. There are so many people that have stepped up with their sewing talents, and with those that can't sew have stepped up to help us with cutting and backing and cutting elastic. But there is a group on Facebook, and you'll find this as one of the volunteer opportunities through the city of West Palm Beach. And the group is called Sewing Love for Our Neighbors. The group has donated, made and donated, I guess we're probably close to 6,000 masks so far. And basically the needs are coming in from everywhere. The most recent we are getting is from many of the nonprofit organizations that are trying to get their teams back out servicing the community. So the group has been providing masks for frontline essential workers. They've been providing them for many of the hospitals and doctors' offices that have had to give up. A lot of the local doctors' offices actually gave up their high-end PPE to the hospitals that needed it for those COVID floors. And so they've been using these to kind of put a little bit of extra protection over their N95s that they have. But anybody out there who has sewing skills, we would love to welcome you to the group. It's called Sewing Love for Our Neighbors, and we're about 100 members strong. And like I said, you don't have to know how to sew, even if you want to just help with running or cutting and getting these out to the people that need them. So thank you.
Thank you, Susie. And Susie touched on another point that I just wanted to reiterate too, is she mentioned there is an email that goes out once a week to anyone who signs up to volunteer. So if you've heard a great opportunity that you want to get involved in and hear more about and volunteer, please sign up through the website that Charisma showed you. All of this is on our WPB.org/COVID. we'll make sure that you get that information. You can be connected with the group that Susie is talking about. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Do we know when the Mendo Public Library will reopen?
You know, I don't believe that that date has been set yet. I was on a call recently with our mayor and our COVID response unit. We do want to make sure that we have everything in place so that social distancing can take place before we open it. And I know we want to try to get that great amenity open to our citizens very soon and as soon as possible, but we want to make sure we do it safely. So please make sure, again, you visit our website. Please make sure that you have signed up for the mayor's weekly newsletter. I also send out information if I have your contact information as well, so we'll make sure to keep you updated on that.
Thank you. This is going to be the final question that we have time for, unfortunately, for this portion. If somebody would like to post a volunteer opportunity, who is the best person to get in touch with? How can they do that?
Great. Oh, I love that because we are hearing great things going on in the community. Charisma, you want to share again with where people would send volunteer opportunities?
Sure. Thank you so much. We are so excited for anyone that has a project that they could use support on. And if you can send that via email to volunteers@WPB.org, it will be included in that weekly email that goes out to all of the individuals who have signed up to be volunteers. Your opportunity will be included in that email as well as your contact information so that volunteers can be connected to your opportunity. Thank you. Please bombard that email address.
I love it. Yes. Thank you so much. Alex, thank you for relaying those emails to us. Those of you who are watching online on Facebook, if you had a question that you didn't get to ask or we didn't get to answer it yet, please feel free to continue to send them to those town hall email address, as well as there will be additional town halls scheduled this week. Each will be on a different topic. So today was really focused on community services and volunteer engagement. Tomorrow night at 5 p.m. is Food, Water, and Medicine with Commissioner Christy Fox. And you can find the full schedule, guess where, at WPB.org/COVID. So also wanted to make sure that I just reiterate that West Palm Beach and Palm Beach County are part of the governor's phase 1 reopening. And so that started yesterday. Restaurant and retail can open back up to 25% capacity. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but we just wanted to reiterate barbershops, cosmetology, salons, and other shops similar to that can open back up with enhanced safety measures within the city of West Palm Beach. Please continue to wear your mask in public, follow the CDC guidelines of 6 feet distance, washing your hands, and not congregating in groups. Please, we just ask that you be smart, you be safe, be healthy. We are in this together. And we have shared with you a lot of additional information about how to help neighbors. We've shared with you about programs going on. I'm going to ask Alex to share with the group. We have a list of contact information for some of those that we shared with you today. So we'll leave that up here for a little bit. Just want to say thank you so much to those who made videos, Holy Ground, Sojourners with Healing Hearts, Family Connect, to Emily for displaying that. Project Write It Out, Juan, thank you for delivering those bicycles, and Havana Restaurant. There are so many more. I wish we could list them all. Take a screenshot of this. We'll save it and it'll be on this video. But we also wanted to list a phone number in case you all have other questions that have not been answered. You can reach the city of West Palm Beach through this phone number and this email address. Please please don't be afraid to ask if you have a question or you have a need. And I just want to say thank you again to all of the volunteers who have served on the COVID response unit. Thank you so much to our mayor for his leadership, to my fellow commissioners, to our city staff, and to this group of panelists, and to all of you who just look out for your neighbors and who help make West Palm Beach great. It really has been a pleasure to spend this hour with you all. I hope you all have a great evening. Thank you so much.